At first, silence scared him. Not the peaceful kind you see in movies. Not the calm kind people romanticize. This silence was heavy. It pressed against his chest late at night. It followed him even when the room was full. His name was Ryan, and for most of his life, Ryan tried to escape silence. Ryan grew up in noise, phones buzzing, opinions everywhere, people talking, arguing, explaining, proving. Everyone had something to say. Everyone wanted to be heard. And somewhere in all that noise, Ryan learned a dangerous habit. He talked too much. Not because he loved attention, but because silence made him uncomfortable. When things got awkward, he filled the gap. When he felt unsure, he explained himself. When he felt invisible, he spoke louder. Talking became his shield. Ryan believed that if he kept speaking, no one would notice how unsure he actually felt. So he explained his plans before they worked. He defended himself before anyone attacked. He justified his choices even when no one asked. Words poured out of him constantly, but results, those stayed silent. At 23, Ryan felt tired in a way sleep couldn't fix. His days were full, yet nothing felt complete. He had ideas, but no momentum. Dreams, but no structure. Opinions, but no direction. And the strangest part? The more he talked about what he wanted to become, the further it seemed to drift away. One afternoon, Ryan sat in a crowded bus, earbuds in, volume high, music blasting, mind racing. Across from him sat an older man. No phone, no music, no movement, just sitting, still. The bus hit bumps, people complained, someone argued with the conductor. The man didn't react. Ryan noticed something unsettling. The man looked grounded. Not bored, not tired, present. Ryan couldn't explain why, but that image stayed with him all day. The stillness, the calm. That night, Ryan lay on his bed, phone face down. For the first time in a long while, he didn't scroll. The room felt louder without sound. His thoughts rushed in immediately. Regrets, fears, unfinished goals, unspoken truths. He reached for his phone instinctively, then stopped. That night was uncomfortable. Silence forced him to listen, and what he heard wasn't pleasant. He realized how often he avoided himself, how often noise saved him from reflection, how often talking distracted him from acting. That realization burned. The next day, something small changed. Ryan spoke less. Not dramatically, not intentionally. He just paused more. When someone complained, he listened. When someone challenged him, he didn't rush to respond. When someone misunderstood him, he stayed quiet. At first, it felt like weakness, like he was losing ground. But something unexpected happened. People leaned in. Silence made his words heavier. When he did speak, people listened, not because he was louder, but because he wasn't desperate. Over the next few weeks, Ryan noticed patterns he had never seen before. People who talked constantly often explained nothing. People who argued loudly often felt unsure. People who interrupted often feared being ignored. And the people who moved differently? They spoke slowly. They chose words carefully. They didn't react immediately. They let silence do part of the work. Ryan started applying this beyond conversations. When he felt angry, he waited. When he felt impulsive, he paused. When he felt the urge to announce plans, he stayed quiet. Something powerful happened. Energy stopped leaking. Before, Ryan told everyone what he was going to do. Now he didn't. He worked silently. No updates, no explanations, no validation. At first, it felt lonely. Then it felt focused. Without noise, time stretched. 30 minutes of work felt deeper. An hour felt productive. A day felt intentional. Silence removed distractions, not just around him, but inside him. Ryan noticed another shift. He stopped defending himself. When someone misunderstood him, he let actions clarify. When someone doubted him, he let consistency answer. When someone criticized him, he evaluated quietly. No emotional speeches, no justifications, just progress. There were days silence felt painful, moments when he wanted to shout, explain, prove. But each time he resisted, something inside him strengthened. Patience, control, clarity. One evening, Ryan met an old friend. The friend talked nonstop about plans, about struggles, about frustrations. Ryan listened. When asked about his life, he smiled and said little. The friend laughed. "You're quiet these days." Ryan nodded. Not defensively, not proudly, just honestly. That night, Ryan realized something important. Silence wasn't absence, it was presence. As months passed, results started appearing quietly. Not loudly, not dramatically, just steadily. Habits stuck, confidence grew, direction sharpened. People began to notice changes, not from what he said, but from how he moved. Ryan learned that silence does three things most people underestimate. First, it exposes truth. Without noise, excuses have nowhere to hide. Second, it builds strength. Pausing trains discipline. Waiting builds control. Third, it amplifies impact. When you don't speak often, your words land harder. Ryan no longer feared being misunderstood. He understood himself. He no longer rushed to respond. He chose when to engage. Silence became his filter. There was a moment late one night when Ryan looked at his reflection and smiled. Not because everything was perfect, but because for the first time his actions and intentions were aligned. No performance, no noise, just progress. He understood now why silence made people uncomfortable. Silence forces accountability. It removes distractions. It reveals who you really are. Most people avoid it because it demands growth. Ryan didn't become distant. He became deliberate. He didn't withdraw from the world. He learned when to engage. Here's the truth most people miss. Silence isn't weakness, it's restraint. It's choosing control over chaos, depth over noise, action over explanation. Ryan still speaks, but now his words come with weight, because silence trained them. If you're listening to this and feeling uneasy, that's not a bad sign. That discomfort, that's silence trying to teach you something. You don't need to announce your growth. You don't need to explain your journey. You don't need to react to everything. Sometimes the most powerful move is to say nothing and keep going. Silence builds discipline. Silence sharpens focus. Silence protects energy. And when the time comes to speak, your voice will carry something rare: authority. Ryan didn't change because he spoke better. He changed because he listened to himself. And that changed everything. If you take one thing from this story, let it be this: not everything needs a response. Not every thought needs to be shared. Not every plan needs an audience. Work in silence, grow in silence, and let results make the noise. That is the power of silence.